All right, y'all, it is haul video time. Today I went to the thrift store and I got 34 items at one thrift store, which is not usual. You can see the receipt right here. So there it is, and 34 items. This actually says 35, but I rounded up by the whatever, 64 cents to Goodwill. So $210 total spent, 34 items plus that roundup. We're gonna go through all these items, this bag here, and actually this big old bin right here. We're gonna go through every single item. I'm gonna show you exactly what I got, exactly how much I spent on it, and I got a special little treat for you too. I'm gonna put on the screen for each one of these items, I'm gonna put a recent sale price, a good sale price, one that I think would be realistic for what you could sell the item for. I'm also gonna put the sell-through rate for that item right now too. The reason I'm gonna put both a recent sale price and the eBay sell-through rate is because we all have different businesses. I'm gonna pick up some things that are different than what you're gonna pick up, mostly because we have different buy costs. I might pay differently than what you might pay at your local thrift stores. We might have different storage situations. I have a pretty big storage capacity, so I might pick up some things that you don't. We have different demands as far as it comes to sell-through rate and average margin and all that stuff. So I'm gonna put all that information up there so that you can make a good decision. Don't just buy what I buy what makes sense for your business. Let's get into this thing. We got a lot of items to go through. All right, our first item is a good one, and this is actually the very last item I picked up. I was on my way to the door, ready to check out, and I saw this little logo right here sticking out from the rack. I had already gone through the shorts section, so this had just been put out on the racks. I actually saw a reseller in that aisle and going through everything. He must have missed these. So anyway, it is a Howler Brothers pair of board shorts. We are at the tail end of the summer season, so I'll have to get these moving. I'll price these aggressively to try to get them to go. Howler Brothers, an awesome brand. Now I paid $5 for these. Now throughout this video, there's some things you should know. Our Goodwills in the Goodwills of Northwest North Carolina, they price things flat rate pricing. So all the board shorts are gonna be $5, all the jeans are gonna be $5, all the pants are gonna be $5, shirts, both long and short sleeves, are gonna be $5. Jackets are gonna be $6.99, $7 we'll call it. Sometimes they'll price some of the jackets at $9.99 or 10 bucks. And then what else? Blazers will be $6.99 flat rate, and suits will be $9.99 flat rate. So as we go through this, just know that this is all gonna be flat rate pricing. So next up, another pair of board shorts here. And this one I found earlier in the trip when I went through the shorts aisle. So we have a pair of vintage Polo Ralph Lauren. You can see that tag there. And on the back it says Polo Ralph Lauren and Company on the back. So vintage board shorts, nice camo pattern right there. When I first looked at these, I was like, I wonder if these are maybe actually fake. If you look closely at the stitching there, it's kind of like jagged, but I looked at recent sales on eBay for the same exact item, they all had that like really kind of unique stitching style to it. So paid $5 for these. Again, end of the season, we'll have to price them aggressively, but I love finding vintage Polo Ralph Lauren, especially camo. Camo's really good right now. So we're gonna go right from spring, summertime items into a wintertime piece, and a really cool one. So this is a brand I've actually never found before. That's what's really fun about thrifting. 7 years into the game here doing this, I'm still finding stuff, brand new brands, things I've never heard of before, never even seen this in a video before. So the brand here on the tag is Condor, and obviously I took a second look at this one because of those great embroideries on the front. We got the airplane and the wings on there. On the inside, I'm going to show you this tag too because it's got some more information about it. This is the Condor Alpha Micro Fleece right there. So pretty cool find right here. This is actually in the women's jacket section that I found towards the end of the haul. So pretty excited to pick this up. I'm interested to see how it goes. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. It's good to have you. My name is Chris. They call me Chris at Peak in the Streets. I've been doing this reselling game now for 7 years. It's been a full-time venture for 4.5, and I've been creating content about what I do day to day in this business for the last 5 years. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd love it. If you haven't hit the like button, that helps out too. And if you'd like to get notified when we put up new videos, especially our Monday morning live stream, if you want to get those notifications, go ahead and hit that bell icon too. We go live every Monday at 11 a.m.-ish Eastern time. I go over all the weekend sales and we ship all those items out right there, live on the screen. I answer questions, I talk about the business, and I tell you exactly what I paid for those items, how much they're selling for, and then what my profit is on all those items. Great place to ask questions about shipping and brands and all that stuff too. So look out for those live streams. Hit that bell notification so you know when I go live next. Next up is what I like to call an in-season special. In-season specials are items that I buy at the very front end of the season. So right now I'm looking at fall and winter in-season specials. So I'm buying them at the very beginning or right before the season. And because I know I have then like 4 or 5 months of in-season time for this item to sell. So I don't pick these up in the spring. I don't pick these up late in the winter. I pick them up in the summertime and early fall. So this is a Columbia and it's a flannel. I'm gonna pay $5 for this piece right here, or I already did pay $5 for it. So again, I pick these up right now. I know I have good selling season ahead of me. I'm gonna price that aggressively. I bet you it moves pretty quickly. Nice pattern on that one. This one is another in-season special, though I've been picking up more of these. This is a brand that I pass 99.9% of the time. It's called Jos A Banks. This one here is 100% merino wool, little quarter zip piece. I've been doing really well with these. Even in the summertime, I've been selling these. So heading into the fall, this should be a nice quick sale if I price it aggressively, if I have good photos and all that stuff. So there we are. You might choose to buy those or not. The sell-through rate is going to be on the lower end of the deal, but I cross-list all my items. I have really good photos. I promote on eBay, etc., etc. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And this is back-to-back merino wool, Jos A Banks. Both of them the same size too, size extra large on this. So there it is, merino wool. I pick up silk ones from Jos A Bank, the sweaters. I'll also pick up cashmere ones. I just sold a cashmere one the other day. And one more, 100% merino wool. This one's a V-neck, also size extra large, Jos A Bank, 100% merino. So now that I just showed you a couple of very low sell-through rate items, it's probably a good time for me to tell you about why we pick those items up and why I'm confident that I'll sell those items and still make a margin. So we do a couple of things that give us, I think, advantages in the marketplace, some things that you should probably consider too. So the first is we take really good photos of all our items. I think today that's very, very important. Clothing is a very saturated, a very competitive market. So good photos are really going to help you on whatever platform you're selling on. Second, we promote all our items on eBay at a 5% rate. That means we're going to show up higher in search results than a lot of other sellers. And we've been doing that for years. Something again for you to consider because again, it's a really crowded market out there. The third is we include measurements in all of our photos too. That way we can get those discerning, those picky buyers that just want to make sure that it fits. We offer free returns on everything on eBay too. We do think that that does give us some systemic advantage over some other sellers as well. And I think the biggest thing is that we use Nifty for all our cross listings. So I switched to Nifty about 16 months ago in April of 2024. I've been cross-listing since 2021, so over 4 years now, but that switch to Nifty for cross-listing has really helped. So we list all our items on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. The third automation tool is probably my favorite one because it gets me extra sales every single day. It's called the Auto Offers tool, and this works on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and if you list on Depop, it does the same thing too. So on eBay, if somebody watches an item, or on Poshmark, Mercari, or Depop, if they like the item, Nifty will automatically send that buyer a 10% off offer 10 minutes after they hit that like or watch button. It is huge. Now you can program it to be 15% off, 20% off, 7% off, whatever it may be. We do 10% off and it gets me extra sales every single day. I love it. If you want to try Nifty for free, there's a link down below in the description of this video, and I think you should give it a try because it's a no strings attached trial, full 7 days, and if you like it, which I think you will, after that 7 days, you can sign up. You'll get 15% off your first month. All you got to do is click that link down below to get the 15% off and to get that free trial. All right, y'all, fall is coming and we have an Orvis quarter zip, and this is like that Sherpa or shearling line on the inside. Love selling these pieces. Now, Orvis can be a mediocre brand, but I love selling these more substantial pieces. This is a men's size large right here. They charged me $5 for this one at the thrift store. It's like a shacket too. It's got the pockets on the side too. So a nice piece heading into fall for sure. Ooh, this next one is a good one. And I can't believe I found this yesterday at the thrift store. This is a pretty rare find. It's probably only the second, maybe third time this year, 2025, that I've found this brand. Some of you probably already recognize it from across the room here. So there's that tag. It is Ralph Lauren purple label. And these ones are made in Italy. It says made in Italy right here on this tag on the inside. So you're looking for that cursive label. This is Ralph Lauren's highest end line. Like, these are their expensive pieces. And what's really cool is it has this tag on the inside from another thrift store called Mine and Yours. Maybe it's a consignment shop, I'm not sure, I'm not familiar with it. But that price is $16. So maybe somebody bought it there and then donated it to Goodwill. Anyway, I paid $5 for it, and pretty excited about that find. I don't find Ralph Lauren purple label very often, but anytime I do, I'm gonna pick it up. Even if it had floss, I would pick that item up because those can go for some really good money. Next up, oh, this is great. This is back to back. This is a first time find for me too. The brand here is called Miller Western Wear. I think you can see that tag right there. And look at the pattern on this shirt. So not a great sell-through rate on this brand overall, but these two shirts I found are money. Got the Western pearl snaps. You got this, I guess you'd call it like a contrast yoke on the top right there. That's on the front and the back. And we get this all over pattern that looks like a flower, and it's got stripes. So a lot going on here on this piece. Pretty excited about this. And this one, same size, 15.5, 34, which is like a size medium. Again, Miller Western Wear. Both of these are vintage, by the way, too. And look at this. You got the embroidery. Those are actually pockets in the front right there too. But the embroidery, and you got that like nice detail work, like the stitching all over. Really awesome piece. So I'm not sure what I'll do with these. They're both the same size. I could list them as a bundle, or I could list them separately. They're very different looking shirts. So even if somebody does like Miller and they like one of the shirts, they might not like both. So I might list them individually. We'll see. I'll have to think about that. Next up, this is another in-season special. I typically don't pick these up like in late winter or in the spring, but I'll pick them up now. The brand is Duluth Trading. This is a flannel shirt, and it says untucked, so it's made to be like an untucked style. I like this one. It's also a size large bonus, so I'm going to list this one, and then it's going to hang in my closet while it's listed. But this is an in-season special. I picked these up in the summertime as we're approaching that fall season. I'll pick them up, you know, early fall, probably right up through November is when I'll pick up an item like this. It's a mediocre sell-through rate flannel. But I'll pick something like this up right at the beginning of the season because it gives me the best chance to sell that at a good price during the season. So I like picking those up. I'm psyched that I get to have that hanging in the closet. That's a Chris at Peak official right there. It's kind of like the one I'm wearing a little bit. Next up, this is a good one. I forget the name of this country club. It's like, not Chesapeake, but it's something like that. I'm going to put it up on the screen right now. But the brand is Greyson, and some of you know it just by that wolf logo on the back. So the brand is Greyson, and it's got a country club out of South Carolina, which is a really desirable private country club. I actually sold a Greyson version of this, just a different colorway. I think it was a different size. I think it was a size medium. So just sold one recently, like last week or the week before. I'm going to put that sold comp right there up on the screen. But look for that feather logo right there. It's only the second time I've found it, and actually I found it at this same Goodwill probably about a month ago, the other shirt in a different size, so that's kind of interesting. Nice in-style pattern on this one too, like a modern in style, and Greyson's a good brand to look for. It doesn't sell for as much as it did a couple years ago, but Greyson's a good brand. The person who founded Greyson formerly worked for Ralph Lauren, was like the VP of design or something, and then went and opened their own company, Greyson. And if you care, he named Greyson as his daughter's name, so he named the company after his daughter Greyson. Kind of cool. Next up is another golf polo. This one's a Southern Tide. I don't pick up all of these Southern Tide polos, but this one is like one of those polyester, you know, spandex stretchy golf polos. It's got the logo on the back there. This one's that Burr technology, B-R-R-R. And yeah, this is kind of like the tail end of the summertime, but we still have some good golf polo season, selling season anyway. People will still be golfing through the fall, and a lot of places in the country, fall is the best time to golf because you get past that hot season. But we'll start to see golf polos starting to slow down a little bit here in August, and but they'll still sell through September and October, and then November we'll see a pretty big downturn in sell-through rate for golf polos and stuff. So next up is a Orvis. This is just like an old reliable for me. The tag on this one is the Orvis Signature Collection. But this one's a men's size medium, not a great size here. The bigger sizes will have a better sell-through rate, but just a classic pattern on this. It's a cotton shirt. I paid $5 for this. I know a lot of people won't pick up this shirt. It's not a particularly high sell-through rate, but they've always consistently sold for me, even if I have to be a little patient sometimes. But a nice pattern on that one I think will help. Ooh, this one is beautiful. I love finding these shirts. So the brand here is Tori Richard, a Hawaiian brand. This one is 100% cotton lawn. They also make like rayon and silk ones, which are a little bit more desirable, but these lightweight cotton lawn ones sell pretty well for me. But it's all about the pattern, and I think this is just a beautiful, unique pattern. Look at that. I think someone's gonna love this shirt. Super lightweight, men's size extra large. People even buy these in the winter time too when they're going on like a Caribbean vacation or something like that. Next up, here's probably our only women's piece. I don't remember if there's any other women's pieces in this bag or in the bin, but the brand here is AG. I don't pick up a lot of AG or Adriano Goldschmied. I don't pick up a lot of these in women's. I do pick up a lot of men's, but the sell-through rate didn't look too bad on these. We're heading into the fall when jeans are about to take off in terms of sales. And this is also a pretty good size. I think it's a size 31 on these. So the model is called Mary, which is the high-rise slim straight from AG. So again, going into the fall, I think this is a good pickup. We're about to see sell-through rates on jeans really crank up. So even though I'm showing you the right now summertime sell-through rate on the screen right now, you can expect that to trend up and trend up pretty aggressively as we move through August into September when we'll really see them go up. This next one is an old reliable for me. I pick this up all the time. It's an LL Bean. That's a modern tag on a flannel shirt right here. This is a men's size large. This one's got that houndstooth pattern too. I've sold the same exact shirt in this color, but I've also sold it in blue a handful of times. I feel like I've sold a red one as well. So it's that houndstooth pattern. So nice seller, especially as we're getting into the fall months. You're going to see whatever the sell-through rate is there on the screen. You're going to see that turn up, especially once we hit September the 1st. All right, what do we got? Another Jos A Banks, another 100% merino wool. This one's a quarter zip. We won't belabor this one because we already showed you a couple of these, but another one of those. That's a men's size extra large. All of those were extra large, I think. So that's 4 of them, probably all donated by the same person. I bet you a bunch of resellers passed those up, but those have been selling really well for me. This one's exciting. I was pumped to find this. This is a brand that I don't find very often. It's been at least a few months since the last time I found it. The brand is called Tailor Stitch, and what a beautiful shirt. Now I think this one's going to be a little bit too small for me, otherwise this would hang out in the closet while it was for sale. Men's size 42, which is about a medium to a large, so probably a little bit too small on me, but nice pattern on this one. It is like a twill flannel, so like a kind of like a woven flannel feel to it. Nice seller right here, good sell-through rate on these, and it should be a really good sale price there. All right, let's dig into this next little bin here. Before we get to the bin, it's a good time to, you probably saw this on the screen. This is our Thrifting is My Cardio haul bags. You can load this up. What did we just pull out of there? Probably, I don't know, 25 or so items out of this bag, maybe 20, but you could fit 30 to 35 items in here. Take this to the thrift store. If your thrift stores are like mine, they don't give you bags anymore at our thrift stores, or at least our Goodwills. They don't give you bags. You have to bring your own in, or you can buy their bags. So this is linked down below in the description of the video. You'll definitely get some laughs and smiles out of this bag, I promise. Everywhere I go with this bag, I get comments and compliments about thrifting is my cardio. So check that out, link down below in the video. Let's grab this bin. All right, so I usually keep this bin here in the back of the car. So when I come out with a big haul, especially in the summertime, I like to get items like folded up nicely so that they're not like rolled up in a ball in the back of the car and it's like 95 degrees and that's like it cooks in all those creases and stuff. So I keep a bin in the back of the car and we loaded it up, and this is actually loaded up. So we're going to go through suits, blazers, and jeans in here. So I found more suits at this thrift store than I've probably ever found at this thrift store. Typically the suits, they get orphaned, right? The blazers and the pants, they get separated, and sometimes you can find them like in their respective sections. Sometimes you can't find their partner or whatever. But so we got a bunch of suits, a bunch of mediocre suits. So these are all Jos A Bank. I think there might be stuff other than Jos A Banks, but this one's a 2-piece suit, so matching top and bottom. This has been a good consistent seller for me over the years. For me, the suits always sell better than blazers in just about any brand, and that's definitely true for Jos A Bank too, so you'll see a better sell-through rate for the suits. This one right here is a very modern, you can see it's got the thin lapel. It is 100% wool. This is a men's size 46, but modern suit, and it's got that classic, it's like a charcoal black, like somewhere between gray and black. So just kind of a classic piece. If that was a blazer only, I wouldn't pick it up. But as a suit, the classic black for me sells well, or the classic gray, or in this case, charcoal. So two-piece suit right there. That's gonna be a big old pile right there. Next up is another modern Jos A Bank. We can see it's got the thin lapel. This one is a size 44S on this one, so thin lapel, and you can see it's got like a pinstripe, but it's not like that old school pinstripe that's pretty out of style right now. It's that like really kind of thin, tight stripes, not those like kind of wide pinstripes, if that makes sense. So this is more of a modern look right here. If it was a like kind of a classic pinstripe, I probably would have passed on it. And again, this one's two-piece. All these suits that are two pieces cost me $9.99. So there you have it on that one. Next up is just the blazer. And for the blazers especially, it's all about the pattern. Now this pattern right here is very, very in style. Again, it's a modern blazer. It's got that thin lapel. All these are 2-button blazers, by the way, which is typical to modern ones. The 3-button isn't really in style, although some people say it's coming back. This one's Jos A Bank Traveler. We'll see the size on it. I would have picked this up in any size. 46 regular, I would have picked it up on any size, because this is a really in-season, in-style pattern right now. That blue with a check or blue with plaid sells really, really well for me. That's probably the best-selling pattern. If it's blue check or blue plaid, those sell like hotcakes for me, especially in the summertime. Here's another Jos A Bank. This one's not as good of a pattern as far as selling is concerned, but is definitely coming back into style. So this is that houndstooth pattern right here. Again, this is a modern Jos A Bank, so it's 2 buttons and it has that like slimmer lapel right there. This one is size 43L or 43 long. So pick this one up. This was $6.99 for this, and I believe this one's 100% wool. If it was a silk and wool blend, it'd probably sell even better, but this one is 100% wool. Again, the pattern, I left behind some other like plain Jos A Bank blazers, because those patterns, you know, those solid patterns in blazers don't sell as well for me. There are some exceptions to that rule, and here is that exception. Again, solid pattern right here, navy blue, but it's got the gold buttons. So this is a classic, I don't know, frat brother look right here. And this is just, it always stays in style. It never goes out. It's that navy blue blazer with them gold buttons. This one I believe is also Jos A Bank. It is. This is a 43L on this one. Probably same person donated both of these. So these actually tend to sell for a little bit more money because they're just always in demand. But I like picking those up. A lot of brands, I pick up the navy blue with the gold buttons. That can be a good seller, a good one to look for. If you're new to finding suits and blazers and you're intimidated by that section and you're not sure what to look for, a good thing to do first is just to scan through and look for those gold buttons. Doesn't mean everyone with gold buttons is worth picking up, but it's worth looking up. If you find that navy blue with the gold buttons, look it up. You might be surprised how much they're selling for. We got another suit, another Jos A Banks. So these are all mediocre suits, by the way. We do find suits that are higher end, like Canali or Menegildo Senia, but these are mediocre, but we still sell these for pretty good money. This one's a size 46R. It's got that gray heather pattern. This is actually very in style right now. It's got the thinner lapel, and this is 2-piece. So I'm gonna start making another pile here. 2-piece pants and jacket right there, matching. 2 buttons, slim lapel, modern, and that heathered pattern is a good one to look for. Another suit. Is this another Jos A Banks? Yeah, they're all Jos A Banks. Is this gold buttons? No, this is just solid navy blue. So I wouldn't pick this up if it was just the blazer. 2 buttons, slim lapel right there, and it's a 100% wool size 46R. Might have been, a lot of these might have been donated by the same person. Now, if this was just a blazer and not the pants included, I probably would pass on it. They tend to, the solid ones tend to sit around. But if you can find the pants to go with it, a navy blue suit is a good seller. So nice pickup there. Matching tops and bottoms. Again, paid $9.99 for the suits, $6.99 for the blazers. That's it. If you're bored about suits and blazers, they're over. Now we got pants and we got a bunch of jeans. We got some good jeans in here too. We got some bread and butter, but we got some good stuff too. Here's a brand that somebody had tipped me off about recently. I just kind of always pass Fabletics, and I still do pass most Fabletics, but this is a pair of like performance golf pants, and they're a big size. This is size 44 by 30. I actually just picked up maybe 3 weeks ago 3 of the same exact pant, but it was size 44 by 34. One of them is already sold. The other 2 are still for sale, but not the best sell-through rate on these, but with pants, I always encourage everybody, don't just look at the sell-through rate for Fabletics pants or Fabletics golf pants. You should really look at the model, if you can find it, from the style number and the size. You can find a crazy difference in pants and jeans on sell-through rate and average sale price just by changing the size or changing the style. So that's a really important thing to look for when you're comping on all these items I'm about to show you, because they're all pants and jeans. Don't just comp the brand, comp the model and comp the size as well, because you'll see some price differences and some sell-through rate differences. So here's a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. For $5, I pretty much pick up everything jeans that's Polo Ralph Lauren. They've been a good consistent seller for me over the years. This is a size 34-30, which is a really common size right here, and this looks like this is a straight leg. So that's something to look for too with jeans right now. What's in style is straight leg, wide leg, relaxed fit, baggy, flare or boot cut. Anything, think wide is what people are looking for right now. Those will have better sell-through rates. Do skinny jeans still sell? Yeah, they still sell. Do they sell as much as these, like wide legs or straight legs or flares? No, those are going to sell at a better rate. So just make sure that when you're comping jeans that you're comping for the style too. Here's a pair that I don't find very often. I find a ton of Orvis, and I buy a lot of Orvis. But here's a pair of Orvis jeans, and these again, this is a straight leg, which is got to be key because this is a mediocre sell-through rate item. So I want it to be definitely in style, and right now kind of just a straight leg pair of jeans is good. I probably wouldn't pick this up if it was late winter or early spring when jeans start to slow down, but I'm going to pick it up now as an in-season special. Despite the low average sale price and despite the low sell-through rate, I pick those up now heading into the fall because I have the best months to sell those right now, and it makes me confident that I'll sell them. Next up is a pair of Levi's. This particular pair is vintage to the 90s. I'll show you the tag real quick right here. This is a pair of 511s, which is a slim fit, but on a vintage 90s tag. Nice piece right here. Good reliable seller for me when I can find vintage Levi's, and I've been finding them pretty frequently lately. Next up is, oh yeah, I forgot, I found another pair of Orvis too. And this is a different size. This is a big size, 44 by 30. Again, straight leg on these. Orvis, I would call this an in-season special. Ooh, it says trust your fly on the inside. I'm just noticing that on the inside of the fly. Trust your fly. So in-season special, low sell-through rate, low average sale price, but we're heading into the season, so I like to pick these things up because I'm confident that I can move those. That bigger size probably comps out better as far as sell-through rate and average sale price. This is a pair of Levi's as well. This is on a modern tag. I'm actually not familiar, so this is dated 2012. This is a Levi's 508. I'm not familiar with the Levi's 508. I don't know if I've found 508 before. I do pick up a lot of Levi's because I get them cheap. They tend to have a low sell-through rate, but colors like black, gray, and tan tend to have a little bit of a higher sell-through rate. But again, with Levi's, like all jeans and pants, I encourage you not just to comp Levi's jeans. I would encourage you to comp this as Levi's 508, put in the size, like filter for the waist of 31, the length of 32, and then put in the color tan. That's going to give you a better indicator of the sell-through rate and average sale price for this pair of jeans. You don't really care about the sell-through rate for all Levi's. You care about the sell-through rate and the average sale price for the one in your hand. So make sure that you really get more dialed in with your comps on jeans and pants, particularly Levi's. Next up, another pair of Levi's, and like I said, colors that are non-blue tend to have higher sell-through rates. Not all the time, but I see that pretty commonly. This is a pair of 513s, men's size 30 by 32, gray color, and I think these are modern. Yeah, modern. The date on these is 2014. I mean, 10 years old, but not vintage. Not yet. A couple more left here. And again, if you haven't hit that like button or hit that subscribe button, we would love to have you come back for more. Hope this video has been helpful for you. We got a couple pairs of jeans, and actually I think these are both good teaching ones too. So this is a pair of Dickies. I don't pick up a lot of Dickies. This is just not something, a brand that really performs very well on eBay or Poshmark. I guess if you can get them for $1. The reason I picked these up though is because it's got that double knee, that reinforced knee right there. So and that, look at that wide leg. So like baggy, wide leg, double knee on this one. So when you're comping an item like this, if it has a double knee, make sure you're comping, like when you search, put in double knee. That's going to make a difference. And the reason why this will sell right now is because it's very in style, and you're going to have to put in some good keywords like wide leg, double knee, skater or skate will really help, because this is like that's that style. So the skaters like picking up the Dickies stuff. So that's actually a sneaky good pickup right there. I think a lot of people out there would probably just reflexively pass those Dickies jeans. I pass on most of them. But that is like super, super in style right now. Like that is the style right now. And here's a great pair to finish us off. This is a pair of Ariat jeans. I pick up Ariat jeans, men's, women's, and just about every style and size. It's a good consistent seller for me. This one's a size 34, 34. These are the M1 straights. And of course, as we've talked about already a few times, the straight leg or the boot cut or loose fit or wide leg are all what you're looking for in pants and jeans right now. And this is a good seller right there. Thanks everybody for hanging out. That was 34 pieces all at one thrift store. That doesn't happen very often. That store that I go to pretty regularly, I go once a week. Sometimes it gives me 8 pieces. Sometimes it gives me 34 pieces, but most of the time it's something like 12 or 15 pieces. So you never know when you're gonna hit it big. I think the last time I hit that store, I got 10. Thanks so much for hanging out for today's video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions or things you'd like to follow up on, you can put those down below in the comment section and I'll get back to you on that. You can find me, Chris at Peak, on all the platforms. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube as well. And I put up content every single day, whether it's a photo post showing you what I found, or a reel or a short of something I found at the thrift store or something I sold. Every single day you can find content from us, and look out for that live stream every Monday around 11 a.m. Eastern time. Turn on that bell notification on YouTube. That way you'll get the notification whenever we go live. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you next time.